99% of women never do this, yet men love it. It may sound surprising, but think about it. How often do you meet a woman who seems to have everything? Looks, success, confidence, yet still struggles to form a deep, lasting connection with men. The truth is, it's not about beauty, money, or charm. Most women overlook small but powerful gestures that make them unforgettable. Today I'll share 7 hidden secrets men secretly crave but almost never admit. These aren't the same tired dating tips you've heard before. They're subtle psychological triggers, rooted in science and even ancient wisdom, that can completely change how men see you, without you ever needing to try too hard. Imagine this. What if you could awaken subconscious desires most men don't even realize they have? What if you could effortlessly stand apart from the 99%, not by chasing, proving, or pretending, but by understanding what makes a man feel truly seen, desired, and emotionally connected? Because here's the truth, if you don't know these secrets, you're already at a disadvantage. You might be missing the chance to spark an attraction that lingers, one that keeps him thinking about you long after you're gone. That's exactly why you need to stay until the end, because the final secret is the most powerful of all. And once you understand it, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you truly want to master these life-changing techniques, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss the insights that could transform your love life. Now, let's begin with secret number 1, the power of touch before intimacy. Picture this, you're on a date. The conversation flows easily. He's laughing, enjoying himself. Everything feels promising. But still, something seems missing. He's interested, but not entirely hooked. You go home, text him later, and then nothing. Silence. So what went wrong? Most women believe attraction is built only through words. They think good conversation is enough. But for men, connection isn't just verbal, it's physical and deeply emotional. And here's the truth, one of the most overlooked ways to create that bond is through touch. Not in an aggressive or forward way, but in a subtle, almost effortless gesture that bypasses logic and speaks directly to his subconscious. Not in a way that makes him uncomfortable, but in a subtle, intentional, deeply meaningful way. One of the most overlooked gestures men secretly crave is something so simple, yet so powerful, a gentle massage before intimacy. It may sound basic, almost ordinary. But here's why it works. For men, emotional connection is just as important, if not more, than physical attraction. A precise, non-sexual touch speaks louder than words. It says, "I see you, I care about you, I want you to feel safe and comfortable with me." And here's the key, it's not about being a professional masseuse or trying to impress him. It's about presence. About being in the moment. About helping him feel relaxed, understood, and desired, not just physically, but emotionally. Because the real secret isn't in the touch itself. It's in the intention behind it. If you simply go through the motions, he'll feel nothing. But if you're truly present, if you're engaged, attentive, and tuned into his response, he will feel it in a way that words can never capture. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good woman should be. Be one. Don't overthink it. Don't make it awkward. Just live the moment and let your actions speak for you." Here's the raw truth, most women never take the time to truly understand this concept. And that's why they remain in the 99%, the ones who struggle with emotional intimacy. But the women who do get it, they create deep, lasting connections that men simply cannot forget. In today's world, where so many seek instant gratification and shallow interactions, this kind of thoughtful approach is rare. But once you master it, you step into the 1%, the women who truly understand what men desire on a deeper, more meaningful level. Now let's move on to secret number 2, flirting with confidence and respect. Here's the problem. Most women misunderstand flirting. They either overdo it, coming across as pushy and desperate, or they hold back too much, afraid of making a mistake. The truth? Men love flirting, but only when it's done with confidence, subtlety, and respect. A woman who knows how to flirt effortlessly stands out, because she creates an exciting energy without pressure. And here's the secret. Flirting isn't about impressing him with forced jokes or showering him with exaggerated compliments. It's about keeping things playful, light, and irresistibly attractive. Think of it less like a performance and more like a dance. He leads, you follow, but neither of you should ever feel forced to move in a certain way. The best approach to flirting is playful, light, and effortless. For example, if he tells you he loves a certain type of food, you might smile and say, "Really, that's the best you've got? Clearly, you've never tried my cooking." It's a gentle tease, a subtle challenge that keeps the conversation interesting and sparks a fun kind of competition. But here's what matters most. Flirting is never about seeking approval. The moment you try too hard to impress him, you lose your natural edge. Men are irresistibly drawn to women who are comfortable in their own skin. Women who can laugh, tease, and joke around without needing validation. This is where Stoic philosophy offers a timeless lesson. A high-value woman doesn't flirt to win a man over. She flirts because she enjoys the exchange itself. She stays emotionally grounded, never desperate for his reaction. And beyond words, eye contact, body language, and presence are everything. A confident smile. A slow, intentional nod. A well-timed pause. These simple gestures can say far more than any pickup line ever could. Attraction isn't built on words alone. It's built on presence, energy, and confidence. And when you flirt with the right mindset, men can feel it instantly. So ask yourself this. Are you flirting just to impress him, or are you flirting because you genuinely enjoy the moment? Master this distinction, and you'll see attraction naturally tilt in your favor. Now let's move on to secret number 3, why touching his hair at the right moment builds connection. Most women completely overlook this, yet men love it when a woman knows how to touch their hair. Done at the right time. It's one of those small, seemingly insignificant gestures that can spark an instant emotional bond. But done at the wrong time, it can feel awkward, forced, or even intrusive. The key lies in understanding why it works. The scalp is one of the most sensitive areas of the body, filled with nerve endings that trigger deep emotional responses. A soft, deliberate stroke through his hair sends subtle but powerful signals of intimacy, trust, and attraction. And here's the truth. It's not just about the physical sensation. It's about what that touch represents. It's about the unspoken message it conveys. I see you. I'm here with you. I'm in tune with your energy. But this is where most women get it wrong. They either rush the gesture or do it mechanically, without any real connection behind it. Touching his hair isn't about absent-mindedly playing with it, it's about creating a moment. It's about building closeness through intentional touch. Picture this, you're sitting with him, deep in conversation. And at just the right moment, you gently brush a strand of hair away from his face. That single, effortless action, done with intention and confidence, can speak louder than any words ever could. Timing, however, is everything. This isn't something you do on a first date, or before an emotional bond has had time to form. It works best when he already feels comfortable with you, when the chemistry is alive, when the atmosphere feels warm and inviting. Maybe he leans in a little closer. Maybe he smiles in a way that welcomes your touch. That's when you know the moment is right. Because the worst thing you can do is force it before he's ready. And that's why presence, awareness, and patience are absolutely crucial from a Stoic perspective. This ties directly into emotional intelligence and self-control. Stoicism teaches us to read situations without reacting impulsively, to remain in control rather than being controlled by desire. In other words, you don't reach out simply because you want to. You reach out because it's the right moment to build a connection. So the next time you're with a man and you feel the timing is right, don't underestimate the power of a simple stroke through his hair. When done with confidence and intention, it becomes one of those rare, unforgettable gestures that lingers in his mind long after the moment has passed. Now, let's move on to secret number 4, the subtle power of a hand on his back. At first, it might seem like a small, almost insignificant gesture. But in reality, it communicates volumes. A confident touch on the lower back, whether you're guiding him through a crowd or walking side by side, carries with it a quiet strength. It signals security, confidence, and connection. And yet, most women overlook it. They hesitate, unsure whether they should do it at all. But here's the truth. Men don't need grand gestures or dramatic displays of femininity to feel appreciated. They respond instinctively to the subtle signals that a woman is grounded, present, and in tune with the moment. So when you calmly and confidently place your hand on his back, you're sending a silent but powerful message that you are centered, self-assured, and fully aware of the connection you're creating. It's not about dominance or control. It's about showing him, through action, that you're grounded, aware, and connecting with quiet confidence. But here's where many women go wrong. They hesitate too much, making the moment feel awkward. Or they go the other way, doing it in a way that feels forced or unnatural. Remember, this isn't about being possessive, and it's certainly not about seeking validation. It's about presence. When done correctly, the touch is gentle yet deliberate. Brief, but intentional. Just enough for him to feel it, to register your presence in a way that feels natural and effortless. Picture this, you're walking side by side, heading toward a restaurant entrance. As you step forward to open the door, your hand rests lightly on his lower back, just for a moment, guiding him forward without breaking the flow of your walk. That single gesture creates a silent connection. It's subtle reassurance, letting him know he's with a woman who moves with intention, elegance, and poise. From a Stoic perspective, this is the essence of self-mastery and emotional presence. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good woman should be one." A Stoic woman does not seek approval for her actions. She simply embodies strength, awareness, and calm control. When you place your hand on his back, you're not looking for a reaction. You are simply a woman with presence and confidence. And that alone is magnetic. In a world where most women are either too timid or too dominant, mastering the subtle balance of this simple yet powerful gesture sets you apart. It demonstrates that you understand the perfect equilibrium between strength and tenderness. Now let's move on to secret number 5. Being his support in the small things. Being supportive doesn't mean rescuing a man or acting like his personal caretaker. Today's men are independent, capable, and fully able to handle their own challenges. But here's the secret: they still long for a woman who makes them feel valued. Not through grand gestures or dramatic displays, but through small, consistent actions that show you're present for them, both emotionally and physically. Most women assume being supportive means stepping in only during extreme situations, when he's stressed, or in need of defending his honor with some grand display. But real connection is built in the quiet, everyday moments. But the truth is, it's the little things that build trust and attraction over time. How do you react when someone is rude to him? Do you make sure he feels heard without exaggerating? Do you support him in uncomfortable moments with silent, undeniable backup? Men notice these small gestures, and they deeply appreciate them. A woman who stays calm under pressure, handles situations with grace, and remains present without being controlling. That's the kind of woman who makes a man feel truly valued. In a world full of unpredictability, emotional stability is rare, and incredibly attractive. But let's be clear, being supportive doesn't mean taking control or making him feel incapable. It means being someone he can rely on when it matters. A woman who doesn't panic, doesn't escalate situations unnecessarily, yet also doesn't shrink away when strength is required. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes incredibly valuable. As Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." A Stoic woman is emotionally stable. She doesn't act out of impulse or insecurity. Instead, she observes, assesses, and responds with calm precision. And that's exactly what makes a man feel safe in her presence. When you embody this steady, serene energy, you immediately stand apart from the 99% of women who either overreact or fail to act at all. You become the woman who doesn't just talk about strength, she proves it. This technique is subtle, yet incredibly powerful, though most women completely overlook it. When done correctly, it creates an emotional bond that lingers in his mind far longer than any compliment ever could. Here's how it works. During a casual conversation, you might say something like, "You know, I had the weirdest dream about you last night," then pause. Don't rush to explain. Let his curiosity grow naturally. 9 times out of 10, he'll lean in and ask, "Wait, really? What was it about?" The key is this. You don't need an elaborate or overly romantic setup. Keep it simple, light, and a little playful. You might say something like, "I don't remember all the details, but we were sitting at a cafe, talking about something deep, and it just felt really natural." Notice what this does. It subtly conveys that you feel comfortable with him. It suggests that he occupies a space in your subconscious. It creates an unspoken bond between you. Men are often more intuitive than we give them credit for. They're drawn to the idea that you think of them naturally, not in a calculated or forced way. A dream, something your subconscious created without conscious effort, carries enormous psychological weight. Unlike a rehearsed compliment, this approach feels genuinely spontaneous. It sparks his curiosity. He begins to wonder, why would she dream about me? What does that mean? The magic lies in what you don't say. By leaving space for his imagination, you create an emotional resonance that no direct compliment could ever achieve. This is the art of subtle psychological connection, making him feel special, desired, and intrigued, without trying too hard. This approach taps into something fundamental in male psychology, the power of mystery and emotional connection. Men want to feel special, but not in a generic or obvious way. When you casually mention that you dreamed about him, you create significance, impact, and meaning, without expectation. What makes this so effective? It's unexpected. Most women never think to say it. It feels authentic. Dreams are subconscious, unplanned, and they awaken natural curiosity. Now let's frame this with Stoic wisdom. A Stoic woman never begs for attention. She allows natural curiosity to work in her favor. She understands that true attraction isn't about chasing, it's about creating irresistible intrigue. The key is subtlety. Don't overuse it. Don't force it. Wait for the right moment. When executed correctly, you'll notice how he leans in more, holds eye contact longer, and begins to see you in a whole new light. And now, secret number 7, the primal power of a well-groomed personal style. Your appearance isn't just about fashion. It's a psychological trigger. It communicates care, confidence, and self-respect before a single word is spoken. Science shows that a well-maintained personal style subconsciously communicates strength, maturity, and confidence. These are primary signals of attraction, deeply rooted in male psychology since ancient times. Historically, women used their appearance as a badge of honor. Female leaders presented themselves with elegance, signaling wisdom, authority, and presence. Femininity was expressed visually and intentionally. But here's the key distinction. It's not just about looking good. It's about disciplined care. A careless appearance signals neglect, while a well-groomed style says, I respect myself, and I command respect through my presence. This perfectly aligns with Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius once observed, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your outer appearance is a reflection of your inner discipline. A well-groomed style isn't accidental. It's a statement of composure, a proof of patience, a display of self-mastery. You're not simply presenting yourself well, you're projecting the image of a woman in control of every aspect of her being in a world full of women who put in little effort. A well-groomed style immediately stands out, creating a strong, confident presence. It doesn't just frame your face, it enhances your aura and defines your expressions. This creates a subtle but powerful psychological contrast that men find irresistible, elegance balanced with naturalness. Does this mean you need an overly sophisticated style to be attractive? Absolutely not. But taking care of your appearance is a tool worth using. And if you already have your own style, consistent grooming can dramatically influence how others, especially men, perceive you. By applying these 7 secrets with confidence and ease, you now hold powerful keys that most women overlook. Each one activates deep psychological mechanisms, sparking trust, curiosity, and lasting attraction, all without effortful striving. The most important rule? Never force it. Real attraction comes from presence, confidence, and self-awareness. If you approach these techniques mechanically, they will feel unnatural. Instead, let these principles become a natural part of you. Be attentive to spontaneous moments, the perfect instant to gently touch him, to guide him with a hand on his back, a subtle stroke through his hair, or the right moment to casually mention a dream. These small intentional gestures, when done with presence, create connection, intrigue, and emotional resonance that lasts far beyond words. The more natural it feels, the stronger the impact. And here's the remarkable part, these secrets don't just make you more attractive to men, they make you a stronger woman. Because when you cultivate confidence, presence, and self-control, you stand out in every area of life. And this is where Stoic philosophy becomes your greatest strength. A Stoic woman doesn't seek approval. She doesn't chase. She simply is. She walks with quiet confidence, stays true to her values, and lets her presence speak louder than words. She knows that true attraction isn't about tricks or games. It flows from who you choose to be in every single moment. Now the decision is yours. Will you stay among the 99% of women who overlook these subtle signs of power? Or will you step into the 1% who truly understand attraction? If you're ready to apply these secrets, share your thoughts in the comments below. Which insight surprised you the most? And if this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more content designed to shift not just your love life, but your entire perspective. This is only the beginning.